Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, this is something that a lot of you guys have been looking forward to because you guys have been asking me to use a pressure pot in the kitchen or something similar to an Instant Pot. So in today's video, I'm going to be using this new gadget that Schmidt Sohn sent to me, and it is basically a multi-cooker, and it acts as a pressure cooker and it also acts as an air fryer. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make some quick and simple pulled pork sliders using this amazing gadget. The first thing that we need to do is season up our pork. So we did this the night before because we found that the pork soaked up the flavor even better. So all we're doing is seasoning the pork with an all-purpose seasoning. Now I will leave my exact measurements and ingredients down in the description box below. Basically, these are just a whole bunch of household spices that we already had. So all we're doing is we're taking that seasoning mix and we're liberally rubbing it all over the pork. You want to get it all over the skin, you want to get it under the skin, and in any little pockets and grooves that you see. But once you get that pork shoulder rubbed down really well with all of the spices and all of those seasonings, you're going to go ahead and transfer it into a very large bowl or a large tray. And once you go ahead and put it in that bowl, you are going to pour on a bottle of Guinness or stout. So as you guys can see, my Auntie Chitra here, she keeps poking at these little holes on the pork. That's because we went ahead and we made little slits. And by making those slits, not only is the seasoning going to get in even better and soak into the meat, but that Guinness or whatever beer that you're using is going to soak in really well too. So all we're going to do is cover this with some plastic wrap, and we are going to leave this in our fridge overnight. So our pork has been marinating overnight, and all we did was we pulled it out of the fridge and we let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes before cooking. Anytime you're cooking meat that comes out of the fridge that you've marinated, you want to make sure it comes to room temperature, because if you cook cold meat, the meat will end up being tough. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to set up my multi-pot or multi-cooker here. So all I'm doing is taking the attachment to go ahead and plug it in. So you want to plug one end into the bottom of it, and then you are going to plug it into your wall or whatever electrical outlet that you're using. And once you plug it in, you're going to look at the front and you're going to see that there are a couple of red lines on the screen. Now that's the screen where you're going to put in all of your settings and all of that good stuff. So for today, the setting that I'm going to be using is the pressure cook setting. So you're going to see me press that up there. And then you will also see that once you click pressure cook, it leaves 35 minutes for you. I will let you know that I ended up letting this pressure for the 35 minutes, but I ended up doing it for even longer because my pork needed it. So we went ahead and we put our pork pieces into the pressure cooker. And when you add the pork pieces in there, you're going to throw on all of that extra marinade with the stout as well as those seasonings. And there are two lids within this kit. So as I was saying, since it's a multi-cooker, it is an air fryer slash a pressure cooker. So you want to use the lid that is smaller, that is more flat, just like the one that you're seeing I'm using here. The one that is much taller and more bulky, that is for the air fryer setting. Now, once you lock on the lid, you want to also place the little attachment on the part where the pressure or the steam will be released. All you have to do is screw it in just a little bit and lay it there. Basically, what's going to happen is when that pressure builds up and it is time to release it, you'll push that and all of the steam will be released, so this way you can open the top. So I'm clicking pressure cook here. As you guys can see, the 35 minutes pops up. And before you click start, you'll also want to press meat stew on the left side, so this way the pressure cooker knows that it is meat cooking in there. And if you're using anything else on the side there, like poultry or rice or anything like that, you can click those buttons. And once you click start, you're going to see these red lines circling around the screen. That is just going to let you know that your multi-cooker is heating up. And once you see that the time pops up on the screen, that lets you know that it's heated up and the cooking has started. Alright everyone, so my pork pieces have been pressure cooking for exactly 35 minutes. As you can see, the screen says 0, which means it is totally out of time. And if you look to the right hand side of this little black attachment that we're going to release the steam from, you'll see that that metal piece is popped up before it was all the way down. So what you will want to do is carefully go ahead and release that pressure. As you guys can see, there's a lot of steam and there's a lot of water coming out. I totally recommend maybe letting this cool a little bit, but as you can see, I was a little impatient. So I'm just releasing that air, and then you can go ahead and open the top of your pressure cooker. But this is what the pork looks like after that 35 minutes of pressure cooking. As you guys can see, all of the juices are swimming at the bottom. The pork has a really nice color. That's because of all the Guinness that we added in and all of the different seasonings. Now, you're going to see that I poke this with a knife or a fork, and when I'm poking it, it's not as tender as I want it to be. So what you're going to have to do is go ahead and cover it again, and you're going to have to set it on the pressure cooker setting to let it pressure one more time so it can just get a little bit softer. So I let it pressure for about another 35 minutes, and this right here is the texture you're looking for. As I'm poking it with that fork, it is shredding off really nicely. There's lots of juices at the bottom, and this is what we are going for. So I'm going to remove this pork from the pressure cooker and I'm going to put it in my plate here. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove the skin from it, and I'm going to shred up all of the meat, and then I'll show you what to do next. Now once you finish shredding all of your pork meat, you're going to go ahead and dump it back into the pressure cooker with all of those beautiful juices and liquids that were left in there. What that is going to do is it's going to ensure that the pork gets all soaked up with all of the flavors, and trust me, it'll be super flavorful, guys. And once you stir that pork in really well with all of the liquid, you're going to go in with some thinly sliced onions, some chopped cilantro or any herbs of your choice, and also a little bit of barbecue sauce. Again guys, you can find the ingredients and the measurements in the description box down below. But once you add these in, you're just going to stir it up really well. And I'm actually going to cover this and let it pressure cook for just about 5 minutes. The reason why I want to do that is because I want these onions to soften up just a little bit. And once they're softened up, you'll know that it is done cooking. Now this is how we enjoyed the pulled pork. We went ahead and we put it on some Hawaiian rolls, and we topped it off with a little bit of coleslaw. These right here were absolutely delicious, flavorful, the meat was super tender, and guys, this is a winner for a quick weekend dinner, or if you are having a small get-together with family and friends. Now, if you guys are interested in purchasing this multi-cooker, which is an air fryer / a pressure cooker, you can go ahead and purchase it through the Amazon link that I will have in the description box down below. Trust me guys, you are going to want to invest in one of these. I was very happy with the results that I got today and the way that my food turned out. So again, stay tuned for a video where I use the air fryer setting. But until next time, I hope you guys give this video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet. Make sure you're clicking that bell notification icon so you never miss out on my newest videos, and drop some comments down below, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye everyone.